I made it back to Kingsport. There's the car I was riding right there. They crew changed, but he's going to go up to the north end of the yard and work the cars. He's going to take off some cars and put on some cars. I'm going to try this new way. I'm going to start the video out with the very ending. This is the train I just come in on. Alright, by the way, at the very end of this video, not sure if you can see me, so let me get my flashlight out. At the very end of this video, I have several inserts of me and Ken playing with my HO scale train set that I'm going to plop at the end of this video. This rides down to a chicken feed plant. 90% of all your corn and soybean and wheat that gets transported across country always gets shipped overseas. So I assumed it was going down to Charleston or Savannah to be loaded onto a container ship and shipped to South America, Africa, or Europe. But no, it got sent to a chicken feed plant. This place must have had 500,000 head of chicken. The whole 110 cars worth of corn went to this chicken feed mill. But anyway, I'll let you start watching the video from the beginning, and I hope you enjoy it. And I'm gonna end it off with me and Ken playing with my train set. All right, hope you guys enjoy. Oh, and one other quick note. At the very beginning of this video, I actually caught the Canadian National 5288 steam engine being hauled by Norfolk Southern before the actual ride video starts. It's on a special made flatbed, and it's the very first car behind a NS and a UP pull locomotive, and then it's a special made flatbed, and the steam engine is sitting on that, and then the rest of the train is a mixed freight junk train. But anyway, I just wanted to add that I had forgotten about. Then right after that, that's when the hop video starts. All right, hope you guys enjoy. All right, hear it? This is a Norfolk Southern. He's hauling the Canadian National 5288. The steam engine 5288. And it's made by Montreal Locomotive Works. It's a 462. He's going to be on a flatbed behind the locomotives. Number 5288. It's a 462 setup. His axle setup. Montreal Locomotive Works it's made by. Well, he's further out than I thought. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. I'll stop it and then get it going when it gets a little closer. But at least you know the stats on the locomotive now. Alright, here she comes. I just had to get this on video before I catch out. I'm going to try and catch that grain shuttle train tonight. Now these lead locomotives are regular locomotives. The steam engine, the Canadian National 5288 will be behind that, being pulled backwards. on a special made flatbed. Cadillac grainer right there. Come on, baby, stop. No, he's not gonna stop. Yep. I'm going down to my catch-out spot next. I'm gonna wait on that grain shuttle train. Hopefully ride down to Charleston where they offload all that grain. Lot of rock cars, all empty. They haul ballast in those. The railroad ballast, they haul in those cars. There's some drywall. Coil cars, some newer ones. Another coil car. Two half Cadillacs. Another half Cadillac. Another half Cadillac. All kinds of rides. Georgia Pacific Paper Company. You don't see that often. Telephone poles. They'll creosote those and make telephone poles out of them. Yep, he's going all the way to Harrisburg. Here's the last CPU. Alright, I'm waiting on a junk train. I'm in a good spot. Really well hid. I got plenty of that deed on. And there was an old camp of mine. If I can remember how to get back in them trees. Oh no, it's over there. That's where my old camp is. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty well hid right here. Especially with it getting dark, nobody's going to see me. But I put on that 100% DEET from here down, just drenched in it. And I sprayed my backpack and bucket, keep stuff from crawling on it. Because if you get ticks on your backpack and then throw your backpack on and your shirt's not protected, then you might as well not even put anything on it at all, any repellent, because they'll just crawl right off your backpack onto your upper body. That's why you spray your backpack too. But anyway, I'm waiting for my train, and it's almost dark, thank goodness. I knew I heard a train coming out of the yard. Too bad it's going southbound. Well, he's highballing too. like that. He can't be all rock. He must be mixed with some other freight. Yep, he's got tank. That might be the empty version of that Pillsbury Doughboy dust train. Yeah, I had to kind of get hid behind them railroad ties just in case. I don't want to take any chances on this one. I got a very important appointment coming up Tuesday. Absolutely cannot miss it. Now I can get back out. Empty racks, that means all your box cars are that follow are gonna be empty, if there are any. When they run out of them spine cars, those are called spine cars. They haul lumber, pre-made lumber like 2x4s and drywall and stuff. They usually have box cars with them, but if they don't, that means they had enough. Well, they had enough because there's a gondola. Well, there's a box. It'll be empty too. A short grainer and some long grainers. They're all rides. Towards the end, may see an open box. Now this means the nearest northbound would be Rock Lane siding, or it could be down near Greenville. So we got a while yet before there's a northbound, which is okay, the darker the better. Trying to hold the camera as steady as I can. That street light up there, that's casting some light on that train a little. Well, that's the end of it. Well, he may be just going to Knoxville with that. But any hoofer, back to the old Friggerino. What that they say on that movie Alien? Back to the old Friggerino or something. I guess when they went back into cryo freeze. Back to the old Friggerino. That was my favorite part of Alien, when that Ash, that android, went berserk, and Sigourney Weaver, he tried stuffing a magazine down her mouth, and that guy Parker came in and about knocked his head off with a bat. And then he talked with that weird voice with that white junk coming out. I thought that was so cool, the way his voice sounded in that part. Oh, you have my sympathy. And then he burned him. Alright, let's wait on the northbound. Alright, I found a ride. It's one of them old Pillsbury Doughboys cars. But I had to remove like a whole pile of brake shoes. Because when the railroad workers take the old shoes off, they just throw them on the porch up here. But this has got a good hiding hole. I'll show it to you when I get up there. once you're inside here, you got plenty of room. You can almost stand up. Same with that one over there, except you got a brake rod over there. Keep my bucket in this middle one. There's your main hole going out. See all that feed corn? They're hauling all this corn to the port of Charleston. They're going to offload it on offshore ships to be sent over to Europe and Argentina and all over South America, Europe, Africa. All this corn's going overseas. It'll go down through Augusta, through Spartanburg, Augusta, and it'll cut off right before Savannah, and then it'll head to Charleston, right on the coast, on the Atlantic Ocean. Charleston's a pretty neat little town. Look at that sunshine shining through that water bottle. Looks like a glow lamp. See all that rotten grain? That's mostly corn, but there is some soybean mixed in. So hard getting in and out of this hole. We just went through Glenwood, North Carolina. We're 25 miles from Bostic. Then we'll be going down through Spartanburg, down to Augusta, and then the Atlantic coast. Pretty close to Savannah, but only about 70 miles from it before we make that turn towards Charleston. But that's going to be another 2 crew changes up. I just hope I have enough water to last another 24 hours. Alright, let me get woke up. I gotta get some of my coffee out. coming into Bostic now again. I'm just going to stay on when they crew change. Go on to Spartanburg. Cubby hole, huh? Keeps you out of the rain too. And if there's ever a derail, you don't get thrown off the car. You might get banged around like in a washing machine real bad, but you ain't gonna get thrown off and ran over and crushed. There's some flooded marshland out there. We got a long way to go to the Atlantic Ocean. I may have to do this video in 2 parts. Yeah, I'm definitely going by the dollar store and getting me one of them whisk brooms. But I'd rather sleep in here than I would out there on the porch. No one can see you down in there. Coming into Bostic, I'll go ahead and turn the camera off while we crew change. Well, I had to leave this train. This train wasn't going to the coast. It was going right here to this grain mill to get offloaded and filled up. So was this train here on the left. And then this train here pulled in to get offloaded, and this is the one I just got off of. So there's 3 trains in here going to be offloaded. 25 miles outside of Bostic. So I gotta find my way back to the highway and try and figure out how to get back to Bostic. Maybe somebody will notice me and pick me up. It's only 25 miles, so I gotta walk about 2 miles that way to get to the highway. So here we go. Yep, there was the DPU that was on my train. You can tell where he pulled it off. Right there at the end of the train. So this is the end of the line at that grain mill. I should have known that was too good to be true to go to the coast. Normally they do. This is my first time in 30 years I've seen them do this. Go from one elevator to another. To figure out how to get up on top of that overpass. Put this bucket down and see what all eyes are watching. I seen the guy going by me tying down both racks of trains. Obviously, this train is part of our train. They took them down to be unloaded at that grain mill I showed you in that last scene. So I gotta go up here and see if I can't figure a way to get on top of that overpass. Oh, that was one hell of a climb. Every foot I took forward, I slipped 2 back. There's the tracks I just came from, and the trains are down there. Yeah, I take that back. Earlier I said that was the first time I ever went from a grain mill to a grain mill. I remember it happened in Canada once. Out near Moose Jaw, I got taken to a grain silo from another grain silo. I guess they just rotate the stock. So I gotta cross over and find this highway that goes east and west. That'll get me back to Bostic in about 25 miles. Yep, if I were to have the $100 on it, I would have bet that train would have gone to Charleston to offload that grain. It just doesn't make sense for them to offload grain out of a grain elevator just to take it 300 miles and put it back into another grain elevator. Unless that was a big cattle supplier and he bought a bunch of grain for his cattle. But that entire train down there was my train I came in on. Yeah, that's what woke me up. That guy walking by tying each car's brake down. So I got to immediately look at my Google Maps, find out the best route. Make sure I didn't get no ticks on the way up. I doubt it. I didn't really brush up into much. But we'll go to try to get to the Bostic yard and catch out of there again. Anyway, all in a day's life of a traveler. See, this is part of the ups and downs. It ain't all jolly good riding like it is in the videos. Yep, and this leads back to the question, do hobos hitchhike? Well, I got a pretty good spot here for somebody to pull over. Somebody might realize me. I couldn't find any cardboard to put a sign on, Bostic or Shelby. So I'm gonna have to just hold my thumb out and hope somebody pulls over. They should, they usually do, especially a good small little community like this. There's some good country people here. And I only got 32 miles to go to the Bostic yard. But this is the downside of train riding. When you don't get to ride and enjoy the ride, you gotta sit out on the highway. But some people prefer this over trains. Shoestring over and out. Alright, I had a fan named Adam who picked me up on the side of the road and gave me a ride to Bostic, but we didn't want a chance going down the private driveway onto the property. So I found me a little cubby-o here. There, got my gear stashed up in there. Got some fresh water. We stopped and I got some coffee and supplies. But there's the main road. And the railroad tracks are right at the foot of this power line trail. About where that last telephone pole is. Or maybe a tree. The track should be just right beyond that tree. And it's starting to rain a little, but not bad. But I did soak myself down in that deep. Just look what the heck you're walking through. You'd be crazy not to. And I ordered a bottle of that permethrin cream spray. So when that comes, it's in a 19-ounce can, but I don't care. That's a paralytic spray. It'll paralyze them if they do ever get mounted on you too. And if I end up having to sleep here, it's pine needles too. So doing good. We'll try to get down to that yard here in about 30 minutes and then wait down there till dark, because I got to make my way to the north end of the yard in order to catch out. So, and there's a lot of yard lights around the yard office. Not bad, but I want to try to sneak by it. I don't think they'll say nothing unless I'm really fooling around. Alright, I found a good grainer. Gonna be going back, so it's got sort of a lip on it, but not much. I'll show you where I got my gear hid. Alright, I got it hidden here pretty good in the hole. Then I can sit on that bucket and hang out in that V. So I think I'll be alright till we get out of the yard. Oh, that was cool. Especially when it goes by. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Oh, is it stuck? I can smell it. Oh, I thought it was going to hit the camera. Oh, golly. I'd hate to be on there. Everybody off. Everybody on. Everybody have coffee while we're going slow. Alright, don't take a sip. He'll take off and it'll go in your face. Alright, take a sip. Ah, it's all in my lap now. Oh. Everybody grab their tea while they can. Alright, take a sip. Alright, put your cup on the table. Uh-oh. Electricity went out. Alright, we're going to try it without the caboose. That'll add more power, because that caboose was taking some power. Ken's going to kill everybody on the track. Oh, might need to give it a little budge. Oh, I seen sparks.
It derailed.
Just a little nudge. Fine. We're doing the climb experiment. Gotta make it, add power.
What's happening?
Might have to give it a show. There it goes. It's gonna have an easy time going downhill. Did it derail?
Yeah, it derailed.
See, it doesn't matter how you play it as long as it sounds real pretty like that. Do that first one, the Monsters song you were doing. Let's do that other pretty song you were doing in the middle.